Guna fam, what is good? It's your boy, MatchDayUno. I've got the lovely First Lady of Gunacast, D with me. D, how you doing today, man? It's match day, we're playing West Ham.
Yeah, hey, no, it's exciting. New season. There's a wave of optimism keeping us up at the moment. So keen to ride it for as long as we can, and hopefully that today's result keeps it that way.
Yeah, there are a lot of positives. We got a lot of reasons to be smiling today. Do you want to tell the fans why? Or should I?
I know. I think you should.
Aubameyang is a big deal, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. We're all feeling it. There was a sense of, okay, we know and we're just waiting for the announcement. But still, I think that's probably the biggest signing we could make, regardless of any new player. So
Yeah.
really happy it's confirmed now.
Yeah, I was like following the story, and I like one of the points that Arteta used to convince Aubameyang to stay, which is you'll become a legend here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're playing for a legacy. And when you think about it, he turned down Barcelona, and Barcelona was just gonna use his goal machine-ness and then move on to the next player without creating a legacy for that player, or for the player creating a legacy for himself. So I feel like Aubameyang did the right thing in terms of immortalizing himself.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy to hear that. I remember the last time we spoke, we were talking about in our season review of the previous season, we're talking about the potential impact of the signing of Willian. So from what you've seen so far in the BPL, 3 assists, 1 match. How do you feel now about Willian?
No, it's a great start. I think, as everyone said, Arteta and the players that are included, you don't read too much into the opening game against a newly promoted team. But
yeah,
couldn't have asked for more from him in terms of his contribution, his overall play. Looking like he's been playing with these guys in this team for a while. Just looks settled from the get-go.
Yeah.
Really good. Obviously, time will tell over the season, but certainly he's kicked things off in the best way possible. And it'll be interesting to see how Arteta intends to use him, particularly if we don't manage to get maybe some of the midfield reinforcements that we've been linked with. So I'm keen to see how his role might evolve, and also what effect that might have on Pepe and the other wingers in the team.
Yeah.
But certainly Willian seems to have taken to the team like a duck to water. So I'm really keen for that to continue, and he seems like he's got more to contribute than some of us gave him credit.
Yeah. And one exciting thing I find about him is how he, despite all he's achieved, he still has that hunger, and hopefully that can translate into the team,
Yeah, Arteta, that was one of the points he brought up when the signing was confirmed, that he was really impressed by his still ongoing desire, despite having had quite a bit of success in his career and being fit or whatever it is already. I think that's probably part of why Arteta was keen to get him. I think he said as much. You want that maturity, someone who's been there and done it and is still hungry for more to come in and influence what is a relatively young squad overall. So I think he, both on and off the pitch, he's got a lot to contribute.
Yeah, no, for sure. So speaking about the news as well, it's sad, but I feel like it's a necessary sacrifice. The departure of Emi Martinez.
Yeah, the sentimental part of us really sad to see a guy who came to the club so young was really such a great professional, or is really a great professional rather. was patient, never said had a bad thing to say publicly, despite what I'm sure was a lot of frustrations in his a lot of his time at the club. I'm just happy for him that he went out on such a high note. That will be the lasting memory of his time with. And I hope he does well at Villa. But I mean, for the greater good of the team and Arteta's projects, if we're going to attain real success, unfortunately, some sacrifices will have to be. I think Martinez's departure and the manner thereof is the best case scenario for such a situation. I don't think anyone would have expected us to be able to sell him for what's rising up to 20 million at the beginning of the season. So playing regular football, he's already been called up to the Argentinian team. I think it works out well for everyone involved, which you can't say for too many transfers these days.
And I agree with you. It did work out well because I read that he actually just got his call up for Argentina a few days ago, his first ever. So, I mean, thank you, Emi Martinez, for your faithfulness to the team, and we wish you all the best.
Yeah, right. I think every Arsenal fan has nothing but good things to say about him.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get to today's game. We're playing West Ham. We're playing West Ham. It's another London derby. How do you feel? I mean, okay, maybe we shouldn't judge a team's performance by the first match they play against the newly promoted side, but now it's the second match. We shouldn't judge too much. What do you think? What do you see?
I think seasons aren't won or at the beginning within the first handful of matches, but things can be lost within that those first two games. I think from an Arsenal perspective, the confidence, I don't think the team could be going into the game in a more confident mood. Carrying on from the end of last season as well as the beginning of this one. It'll be interesting to see the setup Arteta brings through. I have a slight view that I think he's going to try and give some of the guys who maybe haven't had minutes yet a chance now, and maybe it's strange to talk about resting 2 games in, but maybe some of the players who will start next week and might not start today. I think he'll go 4-4-2 to try and at least get some minutes in some players ahead of what's a really difficult run of fixtures coming up. It'll be interesting to see how Arteta approaches this match. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes more attacking with a 4-4-2. Time will tell.
So let's talk a bit about the players you see starting in this 4-4-2 formation you have you envision. Who let's start from the back and work our way to the front and then eventually to the bench. Like what is your team like?
Maybe my team, I don't know if maybe it's, now that I think it through properly, maybe not 100% 4-4-2, but I think he'll go forward at the back. I think we'll see Hector at right back, Holding at the right centre back, Gabriel at the left centre back, and Tierney at left back.
Were you impressed by Gabriel last match? I have to ask.
Yeah, I think Gabriel looked like it was a really good start. I mean, a bit of nerves early on, and you can see that in that first mistake. For a guy who hadn't played in 6 months, who'd only been training for the team maybe a week and a half or something. I think it went as well as it could, given that. So hopefully now that he's had another week under his belt, that should get even better. But looks confident one-on-one defending. Was dominant in the air. So I think he ticked all the boxes for his first game in England.
Okay, so next to him on the left, you put Tierney. That's what you said.
Yeah, I think Tierney is one of the first names on Arteta's list in any game. So whether it's at left centre back or at left back, Tierney is just he's fantastic.
He's a stellar.
Yeah.
Okay, so now your midfield. How's that shaping up?
Midfield's a bit tricky. I have a feeling that he will go with Xhaka and Ceballos. I think he'll start Ceballos to give him some more minutes in his legs so that he's hopefully a bit better prepared for the next few weeks. I think for Xhaka, Ceballos, I think he'll go with Willian I have a feeling he'll be in midfield. If it's a 4-4-2, I think he'll go on the right. And then, possibly on the left, and then on the
Willian
right.
on the left.
Yeah, and then have
Okay.
Pepe on the right, so that you've got the inverted wingers there, a left footer on the right and a right footer on the left, possibly. And then I'd go with Aubameyang and Lacazette up top.
Up front.
Yeah, if it's not a midfield four necessarily, might be a bit more of a diamond in how they're set up and spread out, with Xhaka at the top of that, closest to the defense, and then maybe Ceballos on the left, Willian on the right, maybe Pepe behind Aubameyang and Lacazette, or Lacazette at the tip with Pepe on the right and Aubameyang at the left. But that would be my 11. I'm just not sure exactly how they'd be set out.
Set up. Yeah, that sounds like a very strong starting 11. And I mean, we obviously anticipate a win with such an 11, right?
Well, certainly, I think Arteta will be going for all 3 points. Don't get me wrong. I think he'll want to maintain this confidence and momentum. So 3 points is vital. But also, I think casting an eye, it's Liverpool next week, and maybe the run of games to come.
Yeah.
We'll start to see what kind of setup and what options he has at his disposal.
Yeah.
And I think games like this West Ham match are more suited to maybe a bit of experimentation, more so than a trip to Anfield or something.
So you think Saka will get a run today? We haven't seen him yet.
With Saka, I think Saka will come on. I remember Arteta said towards the end of last season that he's wary of overplaying the youngsters. He doesn't want to burn out the young players. And Saka obviously played a lot more than anyone could have ever anticipated last season. My only fear is, obviously, I trust Arteta's judgment. I think he knows more than most how to manage young players. But we don't want to see Saka get frustrated. So him, Maitland-Niles, who still has that question of maybe he might leave for the window. Some big decisions coming up in the next few weeks. But I think Saka will get on this week, if for nothing else, to maybe preserve some of the players, one of the players who might start next weekend, depending on how Arteta wants to go against Liverpool.
But these are good problems. We're talking about good problems, right? I mean, we've got selection problems because we have good players available at our disposal for the first time in a really long time,
Yeah, no, that's the ideal. You'd rather this than the alternative. So you've got the option of a Saka who is young, but now he's got some really good experience behind him. So it's not, you can't really be calling it a risk if you need to bring someone like maybe Joe Willock, Eddie Nketiah off the bench. If nothing else, that terrible season we had last season has blooded some of the young promising players. So bringing them on this season it feels like less of a risk, and you feel like you have more flexibility
confidence
and more,
in them.
confidence in them. Exactly.
Definitely. Okay, so I don't know if you're the type to do score prediction, but if you were to, or if you are the type to, how do you see it ending? Like, let's put numbers to it.
I'm not a fan of score prediction.
All right. Okay.
I think,
but definitely a W.
Yeah, I want to back us. I always want to back us. And a clean sheet. I'm keen to see that resilience continue. If you watch the Fulham game, even after it seemed like we'd wrap things up, you saw guys still pushing to press, running around, harrying Fulham and stuff. It's those kinds of things that, obviously, I mean, first and foremost, results are important, but you want to see that culture and that change in mentality continue to filter through the team week in, week out, regardless of how things go. And that's the kind of thing that I'll be looking to see and hope to continue to see within the team. But without making a specific prediction, I'm backing the boys.
Okay. Personally, I see it being another 3-0. I'm not superstitious. I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna say it 3-0 to the Arsenal. Another London derby in the bag.
Yeah, I hope you're right. I hope it's a comfortable 3-0.
If it's not, I'll just have to delete this video. But
Yes,
yo,
you'll join the rest of the not the side that doesn't like to predict Arsenal. I think we're one of the most unpredictable teams. So
yeah,
I think beats that mindset out of me, and I can
yeah,
confidently.
and that's important for me. Like what you're mentioning is like we need to get used to winning and being confident to predict the score. But
I hope so. I certainly hope so.
yo, if we don't, if I'm off with my score prediction, I'm hoping that in our post match chat, everybody will definitely call me out. It's cool, but I'm hoping that I'll be the man smiling, and
I hope so too. If
I
you're a
hope we'll
real
all be
Arsenal,
smiling. I hope we'll all be smiling.
exactly,
We should
exactly.
actually bet.
Better that don't predict.
Yo, D, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for giving us your input, your views on the upcoming game. It's Arsenal versus West Ham. It's our first home game of the season. We're hoping for nothing but a W, and I'm looking forward to catching up with you after the match.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me, man.
Cool, thank you. Enjoy. Peace.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.